This video may include mention of a candle business which I co-own. I also may show products that have been gifted to me but I'm not being paid to promote. Finally, I may share links to products which will earn me money if you shop through them. This is all classed as advertising. If I do also include a paid segment, I will tell you in the video and place a disclaimer on the screen. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another empties for you. It's not tons and tons of stuff and it's a lot of skincare, a little bit of hair care, but I have some stuff that I do want to talk through because I've really enjoyed them, and I'm going to start with these essences. So the one that I was most familiar with, I've had this 2 or 3 times now, is the Misha Time Revolution essence. This I think I got from Yes Style forever ago and then again last year, and it's just like a water consistency. It's like you would in theory put it on a cotton pad, but I splashed it onto my hands, put it on my face just to have as little waste as possible, down my neck onto my chest after cleansing. So after I got out of the bath, usually I'd cleanse my face, I would leave that in the bathroom, put it on while my skin was kind of still damp before I did anything else. So that was kind of one of my steps in my skincare that was every single day. I actually ended up putting it in a spray bottle because that was easier to use that way. And I've not technically finished this. I had like about this much left in the bottom, but I decanted it into the spray bottle. So I thought I would talk about it since by the time that's finished, I'll forget what was in it, you know? Another one that I really, really liked, if this is not accessible for you or if you want one that's already in a spray bottle, is there is one from Elizabeth Arden. It was sent to me years ago and then I purchased it myself, and now I'm talking about it, I'm 100% going to buy it again because once I finished with this one, it was so hydrating. I actually was gifted that. I went to see some PR people from Elizabeth Arden. This is so many years ago. This is nearly 10 years ago. And I was about to go to New York. This sounds so jet set, I swear. It's not. This is not my life. We went for lunch. They gave, you know, they got a coffee, whatever. They gave me a couple of bits and pieces and the particular spray. They were like, oh, this is great for on the plane. I felt so glamorous. I was like, is it great for on the plane? Is it great for on the plane? I'm such a well-traveled person. And on the plane, I used this spray. I got off that plane and I looked better than I've ever looked in my entire life. I remember taking a selfie and posting it and people being like, what have you done to your skin? And it was just that spray. So I'll leave that linked for you below as well as this one. But I'm glad that we had this conversation because now I'm 100% going to buy that again. So the one that I've been like really, really bowled over by this month is the Skin Proud Jelly Bright Essence. This was sent to me last year and I was just like, it's fine. It's just like I don't really get it. I had other essences. It was kind of like somewhere between a liquid and a lotion, like a liquid lotion, a very, very thin lotion consistency. And I just was like, meh, I don't know. And this year, in a bid to try and use everything up, I kind of brought all of the stuff out that I was a bit meh about and thought, well, I'll use those things on my body. So I started using this on my legs and my arms. I don't know why I hadn't been using it the whole time. It made my skin feel so plump. You know, like I'm a huge advocate for moisturize the minute you get out of the bath or shower if you've shaved your legs. If you are someone like me, the hairs come thick and fast. If you want to get as long a lasting smooth shave as possible, you need to moisturize as soon as you get out of the bath or shower. Like, do not let your skin completely dry. And so I was using this instead of moisturizer, which usually would not be enough because I feel like my skin on my body is quite dry and tight and itchy sometimes. I almost feel like I'm like pre-eczema. That's how my skin feels, like it's really irritated and dry, but it doesn't look red or rashy. But I feel like I'm on the way there. As I get older, it's surely. There's got to be something like an eczema without a visible eczema because it's so itchy. So I can't usually do like a thin moisturizer, even like a lotion rather than a body butter or like one of those spray-on ones. They're just not enough for me. This was amazing. So I don't really understand how it works. It says it's a moisture boosting essence. For me, this is like a pre-moisturizer. So you can put this on. It's a really, really lightweight, like I say, like a thin liquid moisturizer consistency. Put it on all over, and then if you want to do an extra layer of moisturizer, you can. But that was honestly enough for my body. So I started using it on my face. Loved it so much. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not available in very many places. It's like sold out. Is it discontinued? It's still available on the Skin Proud website. But part of me is like, do I want to buy it again? Because I feel like I'm not going to be able to get it. So if anyone can recommend something that you think is just like this, like a thin lotion type essence, let me know.
If this isn't discontinued and I find that it's coming back into stores, I will absolutely repurchase it. Because I was really excited to like rave about it and be like, this is the best thing, but I actually don't think it's going to be available, so sorry about that. Another skin product is the Grayson Stella Cleansing Balm. I bought this before our holiday last year, I think on Amazon. It was like a random purchase. It was fine. There's nothing exciting about it, but I personally don't find that cleansing balms are exciting. Like, unless it does sting my eyes a little bit, unless you have something that's, I mean, I just don't know how I don't know what it would have to do for me to be like, wow, you know? I've tried expensive ones. I mean, the experience of using the balm might be like slightly more luxurious, but they all do the same thing. This maybe leaves a little bit of a film, so unless you're going to do a double cleanse, you might not love it, and it does sting my eyes a little bit. So it's particularly meh, but it does the job, and I finished it up, and yeah. I wouldn't purchase it again. I wasn't impressed particularly, but if I had it, I'd use it, you know? I'm just not excited about cleansing balms. I think that they just do the job. This, I don't know why I've got so many things without lids. Where did the lids go? The Shea Moisture Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. I liked this, but honestly, I don't think that it's fit for purpose for my hair type. My hair type is fine. I have a lot of fine hair, so it can look thick if I let it like do its own natural texture thing, which I've tried to beat out of it today. I've put a ton of serum and oil in it, but it can look thick when the texture is running wild, but it's fine and very, very tangly. So if I put something on that's a little bit too heavy, it weighs it down and just, it looks dull and it's not, you know, it's not what you want. So I feel like that's probably what this is. For me, I'm just not the target market. It's really more for like textured afro hair as I understand it, specifically the intensive hydration one. I mean, I'm sure it's good for everyone, but I'm just saying I don't think I'm a great judge of that product. Speaking of the Argan Oil of Morocco Lightweight Conditioner from OGX, I love this so much I bought it again, the shampoo and conditioner. So this is the lightweight version. They do an argan oil that's just blue. I've tried that as well. I like it. This, the first time I used it, I remember saying to my husband, like, my hair had just dried naturally, and I was like, it feels lighter. It felt like swishier. You know, like when you leave the hairdressers, it felt different. It's very rare for me to try any product where I feel like, wow, like that really did something different. I've talked about this a bunch with skincare. It used to be more common before we knew as much as we know now about active ingredients, and before it was like so readily available everywhere. I would try things with vitamin C or like with retinol or whatever, and I just have like an instant, wow, oh my God, overnight, this is amazing. Now I'll use those same products and I'm just not bowled over because we're so used to active ingredients. We see those things just like in our everyday thing. Our skin is just like, we've done this before. We do this every day in some shape or form. So it's very, very rare for me to have like this made a big difference experience with a product of any kind, and that was this. So I immediately went out and purchased another one. Really, really like it. If you've got fine hair, it's a really, really nice one. And just check online because the prices vary so wildly for OGX. Like, it's crazy. I think Asda was the cheapest place that I could buy it. And then I've also got this in here. If you can still buy these, I will leave them linked for you below because they're my absolute favourites. I'll put a picture on screen if I can find one of me using these. I love them. They are totally different to any other eye mask because they go, have I got any lying around? No, I think I used them the other day, but I must have thrown them away. If you could see what I was looking at right now, you'd be surprised I'd ever thrown anything away in my entire life. The office is a mess. But they stay on your face better than any other eye mask, first of all. And then on the outside, it's like almost like a cotton on the outside. So you can touch it and it's like dry. It's the weirdest thing, but they really stay on your face. I like them for flights, no shame. I like them obviously for travel, but like in the morning, if you're getting up really early, it's just nice to have them on while you're getting ready because they're not going to slide down your face, especially if you were going to like go out on a particularly fancy night out and you wanted something that also worked as maybe like an under eye shield. Like if you put them on and then you did your eye makeup, it would exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. They're amazing. Can't recommend them enough. They used to be by a brand called Masque and now I found them, I think, from Lloyd's Pharmacy, of all places, and it said Spa by Look Beauty. So I don't know if they purchased Masque Bar, I don't know what the situation was, but they're exactly the same product, almost the same packaging, but they were a lot cheaper. And I bought loads of them when I found them, so I still have tons. If they are still available, because I haven't had to look in ages, I will link them for you. But yeah, that's everything. Not tons of stuff, but I really wanted to get into those essences because especially with like the changing of seasons, our skin tends to play up a little bit. Like, what is happening? What is this weather? And my skin definitely doesn't know what's going on right now. So I thought you might be in the market for maybe something in between your cleanser and your moisturizer, and that is an essence for sure. And if you've got a recommendation for one that you love, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much. Wow, we did that all in one go, like an old school YouTube video. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, of course. And otherwise, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.